Hello everyone and welcome to the Krebscast! Today we're going to be having a little bit of fun by playing around in World of Tanks. Well, played around in World of Tanks is more like it actually. The theme of this video, as the theme has been for the last two videos, is this is going to be an Ace Tanker replay, and actually it's going to be one of mine. Reason being is because I got another Ace Tanker just the other day with this tank, the VK3001H, and so I want to show you guys how I got it. I mean, I would show you either way if I was at the top of the tier or if I was at the bottom of the tier, but I think this is actually a really important thing to note. If you actually look at the scoreboard, I'm pretty much at the bottom. So that kind of goes to show, for anyone that was thinking, and I was actually thinking this myself, if anyone was thinking that you could only become an ace tanker by being the top of the tier, well, this sort of blows it out of the water, doesn't it? You're just gonna have to watch and find out how I actually achieved this. Despite all the odds, despite how there's so many enemy tanks that are literally tiers above me, 1 tier, 2 tiers, we've even got a freaking tier 9 on their team, so you gotta wonder, like, how does a tier 6, myself, the bottom of the rung, how do I actually manage to get a, the Ace Tanker? So I'm gonna actually explain what I'm doing here and just to give you guys a general idea. Now, if you actually look at what I'm specifically doing, this is the map Erlenberg, by the way. Nice and snowy, pretty cool map. I think it's decently balanced, unlike some other maps such as Province where you're always camping. This one, it's decent. There's a little bit of camping, but there's more openness to it and there's more areas to go. So what I actually like to do is go this direction. If you notice right here, now I'm not exactly sure if that's my allies that are actually spotting them. I have a feeling it might be, but at the same time, I actually have a feeling that I might be spotting them, and I'm not exactly sure what it could be, but I don't know, it really is a leeway sort of thing. The reason is I like going to this area specifically because you have the house as cover against artillery, and also other fire from the flanks, but you can also try to spot some enemy vehicles that are going through your cross path along that direction, and so everything becomes an easy picking right here, as you guys can see. Just all these tanks, nice and easy, nothing really difficult about it, especially really good because you're getting side armor shots on them because they're all trying to go to that direction over at K9 or something like that, or J9, yes, I believe, around there, just around the corner. And so obviously they're gonna have their armor facing the wrong direction, so it's easy for the pickings, right? I'm sorry for actually missing a lot of these shots right here, but honestly it's not my fault. If you're just looking at what's going on, my reticle is on top of the tank, but for whatever reason it's still missing. Such a frustrating thing when a tank will actually take up the space of 80% of your reticle, but then it still misses. It's just, you know, what are the chances? There's still that 20% chance, but I mean, come on. The Tiger 2 is so big. It's just, how can you miss it, right? But there we go, 1 kill so far, and that entire convoy, that entire line of tanks, the enemy tanks, is completely wrecked. So this is not only, you know, myself doing a little bit of the work here, but as I was mentioning and stating in one of my previous videos, you need to have the right conditions to actually get an assault tanker. I don't think you can just get in any single round that you want. I mean, you also need to have a decent team, and as you guys can see, we're leading by 5 kills. So it is having a decent team, them doing the damage. For example, if I spotted those tanks, if they do the damage, then at least I'm going to be getting 50% of the credits and the XP from whatever damage they do, right? So that is a lot of damage when you think about it. The Tiger 2 and all those other tanks, that's quite a lot that you can actually earn from there. And so that's one of the conditions that you need, a good team. You need your enemy to be going in the right direction. Say, for example, if I was in that exact spot, but then some stupid, I don't know, scout, some T-52 came up behind me from the flank and started hitting me. I mean, that would completely change the whole idea of what I was doing. I'd have to focus on the T-52 then, and then I wouldn't be aiming for the convoy, and maybe I would even get stuffed by some other vehicles. I don't know. That's what happens, right? Anyway, so let's talk about my actual loadout right now. As you guys can see, I'm using a majority of my shells are armor piercing. I'm sure most people go for this. Whilst I like keeping a small stock, maybe 20%, 25% of my ammunition is HE. Usually most rounds I don't spend many of my shells, all of my shells, sorry. So I'll always have a surplus of, I don't know, 15 armor-piercing shells, you know, at least by the end of a match. But I always keep those HE shells just in case, because you're always going to come across some sort of higher tier tank that's going to, you know, sort of screw you up. And so, if you want to actually do any damage to it at all, if you want to go down with a fight, if you just want to actually do damage, in general, then you should just switch on over to HE. You won't do a ton, but at least you'll be knocking off, I don't know, 100 points here and there, and it's working towards something. You're getting some points out of it, so that's why I like to keep it there. If you notice one thing, I don't actually have a repair kit, and this was actually a really stupid thing of me. When I was playing the VK3001H yesterday, I was in such frustrating positions where I was immobilized multiple times in a match, and I was thinking to myself, did I spend my repair kit? And, you know, where is it? Why can't I actually repair myself? And so I kind of realized that, oh, okay, fair enough. Well, it looks like I actually didn't equip a repair kit, and I have absolutely no idea how that happened. Oh, actually, no, I do remember. It's because I forgot to select to automatically resupply, and so I didn't have a repair kit on me. And that's why I was kind of frustrated and thinking I was going to die at this moment right here, especially when a Type 59, a Tier 8 tank, is it? Yep, Tier 8 tank, yeah, 2 tiers above me. And I was kind of worried right there that I was going to be dying very shortly, especially now that I'm down to 7 HP and I was immobilized right in front of him. Yeah, that was the least to say. You know, I pretty much knew my maker. I was going to be seeing my maker very shortly there. But what a relief to actually get out of that situation, now be behind some cover. And there we go, just got some, I don't know, hiccups or some gas coming on in my stomach. Sorry about that, guys. Not that you really care anyway. But anyway, so the VK3001H, if you guys actually look at the German tech tree, what you'll notice is that there's, what, 3-4 tanks that are very similar. You've got the VK3001H, VK3601H, you've also got the, oh god, I can't remember the other one, the something P. Alright, I can't remember the exact numbers. I have used it before, I just can't remember. It ends with a P anyway, but there's like 3 tanks that you can work with there. And they're all really similar. They have pros and cons about them. For example, the VK3001H that I'm using right now, it's the speediest tank for that that line of tanks between those 3. It's the speediest one. You get the highest amounts of speed once it's upgraded. However, it obviously comes with a cost because you can't be speedy unless you have a decreased amount of weight. So the one unfortunate con about the VK3001H is that it doesn't have the heaviest of armor compared to the other ones. And so I suppose that's, you could take it in 2 different ways. I think most people actually prefer the other tanks more just because they have better firepower, more armor. And, you know, fair enough, I prefer them as well. I actually went for those ones first. But I'm just with this one right now because I want to go for the Panther eventually. I want to finish off the German tech tree line. That is my goal in the end, to get every single German tank out there, and I'm getting nearer there. However, I'm reaching the tier 7, tier 8, even up towards tier 9 stage right now, and so everything is slowing down. It's taking a lot longer to actually even get to that stage, but that is my ultimate goal: get every single German tank there is. And once that happens, then I'm gonna have to get every single USA tank. It's just going to have to start again. Damn you, Wargaming! Why do you do this to us? Why do you do this to all of us that enjoy the game so much? You keep us going here. I bet it'll take actually, God, how long do you guys think it would actually take to get every single tank in the game? Obviously it depends, like, you know, how much you play. But say if you're a casual gamer, you get 10 games in a day or something like that. I'm not sure if that's casual. I'm sure most people get like only a few. Oh god, no, the game is over. Oh no! Well, I imagine it'll take a few years. But here we go, guys. So the game is over. As you guys can see, got so lost in the conversation. Experience 5 times. This is in one of the latest events. 11,000. That's my most I've probably ever gotten, I think. But there you guys go. That is a lot of XP, and that gained me the Ace Tanker. So by itself, let's do 11,000 divided by 5. So that's about 2,202 XP. Whoa! That is a lot. So there you guys go. That that is how I achieved the VK3001 Ace Tanker, even though I was at the bottom of the rung. Let's take a look at the personal achievements. Detected 5 tanks. Oh, so there you guys go. That does give proof of how I went to that building and saw and spotted all those tanks. That's probably why I got all that XP. So there you guys go. Really important to detect those tanks and manage all that XP from them. So if you guys notice, look at all these heavy tanks. Tiger 2, KV3, 3 of them in fact, and Type 59. So that is a lot of damage, right? A lot of XP earned from there. Okay guys, so I'm going to be doing more videos very shortly. I'm a bit busy with exams. I will be getting onto your videos when I can. I'll be spamming them once I have the time. But anyway, until next time, see you all later.